Okay, I'm at 4442. This is Meese Drive. I believe this is considered Batavia, right on the edge here, Ohio. And we're doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. It's a little bit of a strange one. There is a pump on the, looks like a grinder pump, ejector pump on the left side of the house if you're facing it. Hold on one second, I'm going to pause the video for a second. Alright, apologize there, the whole house inspection going on and needed to do something there, but at any rate, the ejector pump on the left side of the house is, we're not really sure, it's got a lock on it, and so we don't have any access to it, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be maintenance by the county and that's why they have it locked, or what the reasoning behind that is. We know we have a gravity line that's coming out right here. You can see the clean out, the outside clean out. This is going to be our access point, and it's right here at the edge of the rear left corner of the house again if you're facing it. So we're going to go both directions. I'm actually going to try to go up back into the house. Those lines will be inspected. They are hanging, and so they will be inspected. Actually, they're being somewhat inspected now by the whole house inspector. Well, I might be able to. It's got a cast iron lip, it doesn't want to allow the camera to go. There we go, I think. There we go. So we'll take a little bit of, see if we can take a look at the interior of this cast iron here. This looks pretty much par for the course. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to go. The bathroom should be right in front of us. But again, they'll do an inspection that should be included in the whole house inspection. As far as looking at the exterior of this pipe here. And this is the stack in the bathroom, so that's as far as we need to go on the interior. That all looked par for the course there. It's ugly. It is all rusty, but that's cast iron. So that looks normal for its age. It does look like it's fully functional. It's really hard to see any, because of how it like kind of flakes off. You should be able to see any kind of damage done on the exterior if it looks like it's thin enough to have any holes in it or whatever from the exterior. Okay, now we've turned and we're going downstream or out towards the tank. It immediately is making a left turn to wrap around the left side of the house. This is PVC. Should be PVC out to the tank. We have a Y in here. This is probably from the kitchen, but there's no exterior clean out to be able to check that branch. We are seeing the water flowing through, so it is exiting the line. We have both the bathroom and kitchen sinks running. So it's just a line that they took outside for the kitchen to bring it around to tie it in. It's easier than trying to tie it in the crawl space, I assume. It's a little extended, but everything's looking good. So once we hit that tank, that's probably going to have to be the end of the inspection. This is the only portion of gravity line that is on the property. So based off of the level here, we're getting close to the tank. Yeah, this is I'm at the end, and I'm not sure if it doesn't look like I'm in a tank. Yep, there we go. That is, looks like the top of the tank there. I'm going to pause the video and get a locate to verify, but I believe I am right at the tank, and it's falling into the tank. But I'm going to pause the video and we're going to verify placement of the camera. Alright, yeah, this is right at the tank. This is where the turn down is, where it's dropping in. There's a access would be above it, but again, we have no access to the tank. It's got two padlocks holding the cap on, which I'm not sure if that's due to the owners doing that, or in some cases these are put in by the municipality. So I'd recommend talking to the seller about access to that tank and or the county to see if they have anything to do with that. But we do have like a little bit of an offset right here at the tank at like 52 feet. It's unidentifiable, which is kind of sucks, but I'd say from about 49 feet to 52 feet, there's a belly, and the way it sounds is high enough to where I think that the connection to the tank has dropped. And so, I don't know, it's going through pretty easy, so maybe I don't really necessarily feel like I have a lip right there. Maybe right there at 54 feet. Seems like, might just be some buildup that is going on because the line's been dry. So maybe we can flush this stuff out and get it to drain down a little bit. Because at first I felt a little resistance, like a lip, but now I don't really feel anything. So you just have a belly. Oh, there we go. So that may be what it is. It's just that the house has been vacant and there's some buildup in the line. So the more water that softens this stuff up, we can get it to push on through.
Oh, the garage breaker's off. I forgot about that.
We'll keep running. I'm going to run through here a couple times just to see if I can get this to clear out at all. So bellies are pretty common, especially right here next to the tank, but I really have no way of telling if this is, you know, a 4-inch. I already have a standoff on the camera, so it is holding it up a little bit off the bottom, but I have no way of telling if this is a full, you know, 4-inch belly where it's the whole diameter of the pipe, or if it's, you know, 2 inches. It's definitely above the camera line, and that's over. The camera's probably about an inch off the bottom of the pipe, but it seems like it's holding a little bit of solids in the area. So a lot of times it will overtake bellies. It's pretty common to have one right next to the tank like this, where the line kind of sinks a little bit right before it enters the tank. I'm not sure why it is so common that the line would sink and the tank doesn't, but it tends to happen right at that last joint. So I'm kind of starting to get to the point where I feel like I'm, you know, kind of clearing it out, but it seems like 49 to 52 feet you've got a belly. I'm going to keep kind of running through here. I don't feel a lip, and so that's where it's just sunk. I thought originally that I had felt like an offset in the line, but it doesn't seem like much. But I'd say, yeah. So from about 53 feet. So 49 to 53 feet, there's going to be a belly. I'm going to recommend that you at least monitor that. In most cases, a belly won't cause any major issues, especially with PVC. The line will continue to flow, but I'm going to recommend that you have a licensed plumber take a look at this belly for severity, and that way, if there's anything, you know, they think it's severe enough to have to be repaired. But like I said, the water's getting through it. But if you use any kind of wet wipes or anything like that, which we recommend never to do anyway, it could build up in that area, which is kind of what it felt like. I don't know if it's because it's been sitting empty, but I felt like once the water was running for a while, everything in that area softened up. And so it looks like the water's getting through it. So normally toilet paper and everything would go through that okay, but you still have a licensed plumber take a look at that for their opinion on severity and their opinion on whether or not it should be repaired, or if they could get away with just leaving it go. And like I said, in most cases with PVC, a small belly like that would be fine. The water will overtake it. It's very short, and it's one low spot. And there's where that kitchen sink is coming in again. Back out of the clean out here. So to sum up, basically the first 49 feet look great. The interior line looks good. Everything looks like it's fully functional. You just have that it's that medium belly from 48 feet up to about 53 feet, and so that is holding water. Like I mentioned multiple times, a lot of times those don't really cause any obstruction to flow, but as long as you're just using toilet paper and natural materials, it should push through there, just overtake that and once the water level gets high enough in the line, it overtakes it and continues on down into the tank. But I would recommend having a licensed plumber take a look at that, and also contact them about try to contact either the seller or the municipality if they don't have any knowledge of it. Check the county and see if they have any knowledge of this the ejector pump on the side and where that line goes to. Even if I could get access to that tank, I would be unable to inspect the discharge line because it is under pressure. So they're smaller diameter and would not have a clean out, a normal gravity clean out on it that would allow me to inspect it. And so but yeah, overall the line looks good. Just a question of how severe that belly really is as far as functionality. So that's going to end the inspection at 4442 Meese Drive in Batavia, Ohio.